we'll get it started, and then you can maybe you can stop me wherever you are having doubt or clarification or need more detail. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So basically, I given my intro already. So I'm Anadrai. I'm the senior faculty and the trainer with the IT Talent Hub, and also I'm having the core experience on software testing as a test manager, and even I did with a lot of different roles as per the testing, and then even giving the solution to the companies as part of the tested deliverables. Yeah, that's what my core area, and then interested on the training, and we have the proper skill set. No, that's the reason even we are fascinated to do the training. And we have our director called Sriram Angajala, but he is today busy with the other engagement. That's what he is unable to connect. And our office is available in Ilford. It is nearby the Elizabeth line railway station, Ilford railway station. Very much, very quick walkable. Only it will take less than 5 minutes of time from the railway station, Ilford railway station. And we have a community of people, like around more than 1,500 people in our community, already established people. And then our core part is training, networking, and then recruitment is our core part. Yeah. So now, if you are seeing, and then these are all our, we have even dedicated recruitment team after the training to support for the people. And we have core client like the Department of Education, Cocorio, LGP, MyCo, Test Partner, Transform, very high level client, but even still we have a lot of other clients in our association. And we have good success story, like every month we are placing our trained students with the different companies. I cannot say that these are all everything part of testing, and even we do have the other trainings like full stack data science, and then security, cyber security, and the other areas as well. So this is again a part of all the like verticals, especially on this. Okay. So now, so especially why IT Talent Hub? What especially the focus on the IT Talent Hub? Yes, as I told you, everyone are having the great experience. People, like as I told, I have 20 years like that. The other trainers also having lot of great experience, and people are working in the IT, and also they are also doing the training for our side. So that's like the advantage on really people are learning with the industry specialized people on the practical working in the IT market, and also for supporting the people on the training. That's the reason. Yeah. So one more thing, like, hello Swati. Hello.
Hello.
Able to hear me, Swati? How are you today? Good afternoon.
Yeah. I'm good. How are you, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, Swati. I'm good. Yeah, just now we are started, Swati. You are not lost, maybe many things. Just now we
Yeah.
have started. I will go ahead, and then we'll see the remaining.
Yeah. I
And
just saw
again,
the message and immediately
okay.
joined the call.
Very nice, very nice. Just we have started. I will just even keep the maybe the review, and then we can continue further, because now you are not lost many things.
Okay.
Maybe who is this K? Hello,
Hey, my name is Krishna. Sorry, I just typed
hello,
K.
Krishna. No problem, Krishna. No problem. Hello, Krishna. How are you today? Good afternoon.
Fine, good, thank you.
Yeah, very nice. So I'm Anna Durai. Basically, people will used to call me Anna. I'm one of the senior trainer with IT Talent Hub, and basically my career is with completely on the testing, and I have 20 years of software testing experience, and especially currently working in UK clients with like maybe I can say in the different vertical, different companies, and providing the solution in IIT software, especially on the testing. And now even the lot of trends came into AI, and we are also started working and giving the solution in AI. That's what my brief background. And if possible, just a quick overview from Swati and Krishna. If possible, just a quick overview.
Hello, sir. My name is Swati, and I have 12 years of experience in software testing.
Okay,
Uh,
very nice. Yeah.
Present, my contract got completed, so I'm looking for new jobs.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Fine, Swati. Great. That's great. Yeah. Yes, Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you. Krishna, if possible, just a brief intro, Krishna, if possible.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, my name
no
is
problem.
Krishna. Yeah, I predominantly worked in development area the
Okay.
last 20 years in UK. I'm
Wow.
seeing
Okay.
if I can move into testing, automation testing and all.
Oh, okay. 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 But basically, this one today demo is completely with the manual testing, and then we are going to have the AI based testing, Krishna.
Okay,
Okay, but
okay.
just maybe you can have the observation, and then you
Yeah,
can
yeah, we
have
can
an
have knowledge of it.
idea,
Yeah.
and maybe you can decide it later. Okay, that's good. And then once again, thanks for joining. We'll get it started and continue further. Okay, so the why IT talent hub is especially we have the experienced people, and we are already having the specific maybe the recruitment team, and then we are always placing the student in different companies, also supporting them to succeed in the interview. And we have after the training we are also providing the projects which will make you some hands-on practices. Okay, and then even interview preparation, and whoever later interested for obtaining the ISTQB certification also, we will support them to obtain the certification. Again, that is a separate fee you have to pay for it, and then you have to opt. That is a separate one, and even will get, but some of the additional theoretical part you have to learn, and then you have to take the certification, ISTQB certification. Okay. Then yes, we will do the software demo. So basically, maybe here once again, sorry for Swati and then Krishna. Actually, we have Ifoma. She is from this maybe non-IT background, so I need to initially go with the layer one on what is exactly testing and how we will do the testing training, and then with the AI testing. Okay, so please permit me. Okay, because even this is what our layer. Okay, but for Swati, if you are already there into the testing for 12 years, even you can go directly for the AI testing. Okay, it is up to your interest. Okay, so just I will go
Yeah.
ahead from the scratch on how our training curriculum and the syllabus is moving on.
I'm
Okay,
ready.
Okay.
Thank you.
yes, okay, Fama, great. So now, okay, for Fama's sake, I will be able to do one thing. Stop sharing again. I will be start sharing it. Anyone else? I'm not interacted. Yeah, I'm able to see Veena. Anji Reddy. Hello. Hello, Anji. Is it Veena or Anji?
Hi, Anji. It's
Anji.
Venna.
Hello. Yes, I'm Anna here. Anji. Yeah,
Yeah. Sorry, I joined a bit late. I came
no
to know about
problem.
this
Okay,
few
okay.
minutes back. Yeah.
Yeah, fine, fine. So, did you join with my intro or no? After that?
Uh, no.
No, okay. So I'm Anna Dure. Basically, people will used to call me Anna. I'm the senior trainer, and overall, I have around 20 years of experience with this IT industry, Anji. Okay, so for you, one more thing, I'm very familiar with this Anji name, no, because in initial, whenever I'm working with Hyderabad, one of the company called Valley Labs, so I have a very good my friend and a person from the support. Okay, see, he helped in our initial project on all the IT system side. So his name is Anji.
Oh,
Okay, that's what Anji means. My immediate familiar name. I can remember him.
yeah.
Okay, so good, 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 fantastic. So just a brief from your side, Anji.
Yeah, sure. I'm Anji Reddy. I've been working as a data scientist
Okay,
for a company called Danaher.
okay, okay.
So I came to know about this group, and then I was so curious. Out of curiosity, I'm
Okay,
also doing AI projects. Then I was
okay.
like, I saw this group where it says testing in AI. So
Yeah,
I was like, out of curiosity, I joined
yeah,
what it is and
that's
how
great.
how
That's
it's
great.
gonna can
Mm.
this gonna help us, that sort of thing.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
But here mostly like already you are in the data scientist level, definitely you will find this is lightweighted because here our full focus is towards making the people first understand about what is software testing. Okay, layer one.
Okay.
And then
Mhm.
layer two, we are able to making the same people capable of doing the AI related application testing also here. And we are using the ML concept, ML algorithm or ML small project to understand and to do what kind of testing they want to do. And the
Okay.
topics which we are almost covering, like the ISTQB, whatever the standard topics they are covered, we are also following the similar kind of topics only, Anji, just for
Sure.
your information. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Sure.
maybe
Sure.
I'll get it started now, and then we will go ahead further. Okay, because just now I told, just permit me, because anyway you are already aware of the basic things, but here
Yeah.
like IFAMA and I need to just cover with the basic, that is the level 1 for them, and then I will get it started with the AI testing. Okay.
Sure. 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 Thank
So
you.
initially, I will go ahead with understanding about what is actually a software and software testing. Okay. So yeah, everyone able to see my screen? Okay, so initially, even everyone coming from the core background, you have to, especially for IFAMA, we have to just understand about what is a software. Okay, actually, software is a set of program developed developed for the end user or the customer expectation. This is a software example. It's developed. It's developed with respect to. It's developed with respect to end user or the customer expectations. Okay, it's not like something which I like, no, which is needed based on the end user or the customer expectation. We are developed the software. Then what is called the software testing? Then what is called the software testing? The software testing is the one where you are ensuring the applications whatever developed are working fine. Initially, it is developed. Testing is to ensure it is working fine with respect to the requirement is called software testing. Clear? Software testing. Developed the application is software. Developed the applications are working fine with respect to the requirement or software testing. Okay. So in the software testing, even you want to understand about the different types of application, like what is called, this is called web application. Also, we can call it as a front end application. And then we can call it as like something on the desktop application, like a calculator, and then other stuff for the desktop application. And even we can call it as something like a notepad level. Okay, even we have the internet and then desktop application. And also we have all another applications are called intranet application, where the particular applications are can be accessible only through connecting through your internal network. Otherwise, we cannot able to connect. That's called intranet application. Those are all called intranet application. Those are all called intranet application. So we have internet application where this can be accessible for everyone. Okay, this no restriction. Internet application, intranet application, there are some specific restriction for accessing the people, not common for everyone. The people whoever belongs to that company or connected to the network are able to access is the intranet application. Then there is another one application called desktop application, where you can able to access within the local. Even I don't want internet, I don't have anything outside of my system, is the desktop application. Even suppose I have notepad and these kind of things are called as desktop applications. Got it? So different types of applications. Okay. And also whenever you are doing any testing, okay, whenever you are doing any testing, we need to understand, we have to go ahead with this is called user interface or front end application, because we are connecting to the server. Which server? Amazon server, through this application. So that's the reason we are calling this as a user interface or front end application. User interface or front end application. Okay, through this we will connect to the server, and the server is responded with the valuable inputs, whatever the query which I have asked. Even these informations are stored in the databases. These informations are stored in the database. Okay, because the server is the program where we are created the program and it can able to serve for us, but the real data are stored in the database. Okay, and one more thing, we have to also understand about the transportation, mainly from the UI to the server to the other server. It will happen through the API. It will happen through API. Okay, because API are the standard format through the XML or the JSON format. So we need to understand what is UI, what is API, and what is database, and even how to test the application through the UI, how to test the API. And the API, we will use the Postman as the tool to test the API, and then we will also set up the database just for our tester aspect, and we'll create some table and we'll work on some of the query side, and then we will understand how exactly we can map the database with the application side to do the testing. Okay. So these areas are the primarily needed for the testing. And then even you have to understand like what are all the principles of testing? What are all the principles of testing? Okay. So you have to also understand the principles of testing. There are some 7 principles. There are some, how many principles? 7 principles of testing. What are all those principles? What are all those 7 principles? Okay. So if you are doing any testing, then you have to use that particular. If you are doing any testing, you have to understand that what is the purpose of your testing. What is the purpose of your testing? Okay, one second. Okay. See here, there are 7 principles of testing. Okay, I hope everyone able to see my screen properly. Yes, anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone? Yes, good. Okay, right. So fine. So the first, there are some purpose associated. It's not like I'm just doing the testing for sake of time. No, the testing should shows the presence of the defect. The principles are the testing should shows the presence of the defect. I cannot do any exhaustive testing beyond the timeline, beyond some, maybe I'm interested to do the 100%, 200% accuracy, but I will take some years. No, that's not possible. Exhaustive testing is impossible. Early testing saves time and money. Through my life cycle, if I'm able to identify the defect in the early to the testing phase, then it will save time and money. Early testing is highly appreciated to find the defect, and then it will help us to save time and money. Okay. Then defect should be clustered together. Whatever the defect which you are identifying, it should be grouped together to identify for the resolution. Even we will do the defect triage and then identify how the root cause of the defect, where it got identified, and what is the situation, and where is the correction factor needed. Okay, that particular one, we need the defect should be clustered together. Even functional defect, non-functional defect, different types of defect, we can able to come up with the analysis. Defect should cluster together. Pesticide paradox. Okay, the pesticide paradox. What is called the pesticide paradox? Whenever I'm using any same pesticide, I'm unable to control the insects. Okay, insects. If you are having a plants or anything, if you are using the same pesticide for a long time, the insects are not controllable. Okay, because the insects are habituated with those pesticides. This is a mapping here. If I'm using the same test cases for a long time, okay, so I may not able to control. I may not able to control my defect because the same test cases is already covered. I'm not going to take the new defect, or I'm not going to identify the new defect. So that's the mapping here with the pesticide paradox. So don't use the same lifelong run on the same test cases. Please try to enhance the test cases in a frequency to identify the new defects. Okay. So then the next point is testing is context dependent. Testing is context dependent. So I cannot say that always I will do the same approach, same process for my testing. I have to also go with doing the testing in the understanding the applications, understanding the project, and then I have to specifically create my testing and test approaches for my with respect to the project. Okay, I cannot say that the last project I have done very nice, very good. So can I follow the same test strategy, test practices, test cases? Means that won't never works out, because here testing is the context dependent. Every testing approach, maybe I'm doing like migration testing, I'm doing the UA testing, I'm doing the healthcare application, I'm doing the financial application. So here you have to go with the customizing towards your project need on the testing approaches and the processes. Okay, so testing is context dependent. Okay, then the next one is absence of error is a fallacy. Absence of error is a fallacy. What is that means? I cannot say directly there is no any defect. I'm unable to find any defect, but always I can say yes, this is a very good quality of the application. When I can say if really the applications are covered, if really the applications are covered with the requirement, and then we are unable to find any defect, then I can able to say the absence of error is a policy. Otherwise, apart from that, I cannot able to say the application is having the very great quality if it is not meeting the requirements. So absence of errors is a fallacy. Okay. So these are all the some kind of like principles of testing you should always aware. I cannot say that you should apply all the principles in every life. No, you have to understand what kind of things are coming up in this particular phase or your journey. Accordingly, you have to keep in mind and then implement these principles of testing. Okay. Yes. Right. So I'm doing, please stop me if you have any doubt. Okay. So then even we will understand about after that, we will go ahead with understanding of what is SDLC and SDLC. What is a software development life cycle? What is the software development life cycle? If I want to develop any software, any application, I have to follow some predefined proper process. So initially I have to gather my requirements gathering, and design the applications like UI design, architectural design, and database design. And then we will develop the applications based on the requirement and design. And then we need to do the testing to have the quality assurance and to make the quality deliverables. The testing is very much important. We are especially came into picture on testing phase. Actually, the SDLC is the overall umbrella for the software development, and testing is one of the phase in the SDLC. But we are going to elaborate the testing phase in the SDLC life cycle. So I will go ahead in the next slide. So testing is our core part. Now, as part of the tester, we are completely focusing on this particular phase. And after the testing, even you are able to do the testing and identifying the defect, and the defects are got resolved. And then even this will be deployed once the customer and the product owner are satisfied with the quality. Yes, we are going to deploy the application. And then it will go for the maintenance phase. Nothing but after the deployment, even there will be some changes, some application issues, or any of the maintenance activity will be considered as part of maintenance phase. So if I'm doing any software development, then I should be followed with any of the SDLC. I cannot say that only this. Even we have later on, now I'm going to show you further on, we have the Agile delivery methodology, but we can follow any of the software development life cycle to have the more robust process and then the quality of the outcome. Okay. And then I can say already here the testing should be elaborated with the different phases. So here you can able to maybe initiate the tester initiate with the understanding the requirement, analyzing the requirement. Then they will do the test planning activity. Then they will do the test case development. And environment setup is not from the tester. Actually, the IT team will create or set up the environment, and then we need to ensure the test environment is as per our specification requirement for the system. And then we will get the build. After the development got completed, we will get the build, and then we will do the test execution and then test cycle closure. This is the software testing life cycle. Even we need to understand about the developer test process. Okay, developer and testing process. Okay, because the developer and the tester will work together in the SDLC life cycle journey. Okay, so here if you are able to see, this is a requirement. Once you are having the requirement, then this is the developer flow, and this will be the tester flow. Okay, so the developer will start working on the creating design document, and then do the coding, and then they will do the unit testing, and then they will do the deployment. Okay, by the time whenever the tester are received with the requirement, the tester will do the test planning, and then the development are in progress. The tester will also parallelly create the test cases, because if you are not preparing the test cases, we may not do the proper testing once we are getting the build in the test environment. So we need to do the test cases, because the test cases should be prepared for all the positive and negative test conditions. The test cases should be prepared for all the positive and negative test conditions. Suppose this is application, you are going to log in. Maybe I can say I will log in. If I'm providing my valid input, okay, this is my email ID. If I'm providing my valid input, what is expected here? What is expected here as a test engineer? It should allow me to progress further into the next stage, which is asking the password. Okay, which is nothing but asking the password, because it's a right input. So as a test engineer, we are responsible to create the test cases conditions for both positive and negative test conditions and scenario. Okay. So even if we are giving any negative inputs, so what is my response? So the application, this is not the application defect. This is expected error message in the application because I used the invalid input. As a test engineer, I'm responsible to create the test cases and the conditions and the test scenario for both positive and negative test conditions. Clear as of now? Initially, we are going to learn how we are going to write the test cases using the Excel format. See here, now we are going to write the test cases and then using what is a requirement, okay, and what is the scenario, what is called test scenario, how to write the scenario, from the scenario to test case mapping, scenario ID, what is a test case ID, requirement, test name is the meaningful information, and precondition, what is priority, what is the test data, how the standards of naming convention on the test data, what are all the test steps and what is expected. Okay, then we will understand on how to write the test case and how to do the test execution. After writing the test case, even we need to do the test reviews basically, because whatever the test are written are properly with respect to the requirement or the standard, our next level people also will review. Initially the peer review and then the next level review, and after that everything is fine, then this got approved, test cases are got approved, and then we'll do the test execution. Then we will do the test execution in the test environment, because developer are doing the development in development environment. After that they will take the build as a executable code that can be moved to the testing server, and we are going to execute our test condition like a test cases, and even doing any other type of testing like ad hoc testing, other different type of testing in the test environment. Okay. Yes, till now any doubt please? So the developer tester activities are in parallel. Okay. Yes, till now any doubt please? So whenever we are executing any test cases, and even we will identify any of the defect, and then we will be also raising the defects. So if everything is working fine, then the status of the test is passed. If you are finding any mismatches, then that status will be failed, and then even I need to track all the evidences. Okay, suppose you are doing the execution is here. You have to execute it. Okay, execute, and during the execution, my purpose is to take the evidences appropriately on all the screenshot pages, including the URL, including the date and time, and all the fields to prove yes, I did the proper things, and then I got my condition got paused. All the evidence. Then I need to make this test as positive with the evidences. Okay, even this is not working. Example, this is not working, then you are getting any error, then even we need to track the evidences. Here. Okay, now you are suppose after I'm giving every input, then after clicking on the register button, I'm getting the page not found error. Okay, so if I'm getting the page not found error, then it's not the right output for me. So now I'm actually my application got mismatched with my expectation. So I'm going to raise the defect here. Okay, so here I'm going to raise the defect. This is the current status, and then the status is failed, and this is my actual outcome. Okay, because it's not as expected, it's something different than my successful message. Then who executed, what is executed, what is the defect. For any of the failure, I have to rise with the defect. Any of the failure, I should create the defect. Okay, so here we will create that particular defect, like registration is not working for the valid input, and then this is the defect description you have to keep, because the developer will understand only on keeping the defect information. They won't go into the they won't never go into directly to the into the test execution. They won't never go into the test execution. Got it? Okay, so that's what it is important to understand. Am I right, Krishna? Yes. So the developer will only see the defect side. Yes. Okay, right. So the defect should be available with the defect title and the defect description full detail. One second, my audio and everything is clear, no? Everyone are able to follow me. Yes, just for checking with you. Yes, any thumbs up or anyone? Is it clear for you, everyone? I'm unable to hear anything. Hello?
It's clear.
Clear, ma? Okay, okay. Fantastic. Okay, right. So please maybe interrupt if you are finding any difficulties. Okay. Fine. So now this is how we will raise the defect, and we need to also understand how to raise the defect and what are the standards available along with the detected by and filling with the severity, priority. I will explain in the training about the complete information on the importance of severity and the priority, and then providing all the related information and including the defect status and the relevant screenshot evidence. Okay. Yes. So once we are done with the with the Excel level, creating the test case and executing and defect tracking, then we will go towards our Jira. Okay. Then we are going to learn. We are going to learn how to set up the Jira. How to set up Jira. Okay. Here you will understand about what is called Jira and why we are using as a software professional, why we are using Jira, and with respect to the project perspective, how we are creating the sprint, how we are running the sprint, and what are the different content in the sprint we are going to create, like the what is called epic, what is user story, what is a task, what is bug, and how to create the defects. Everything you are able to understand from the Jira, and including we have to also go with actually the Zephyr's code is the plugin for the Jira for the test management. Basically, here we can able to create the test cases and then we can do the execution through the cycle. So this also we are going to understand from the Jira perspective. Okay, because day-to-day life as a test engineer, we are going to work on this tool also, because test engineering means the basic, even as per the STLC, we understood understanding the requirement, test preparation, test plan, and then test case preparation, test execution, and test cycle closure. So to do that, the main either Excel or now Excel is outdated. So people will use more with Jira. Okay, even it is very flexible with the Agile Scrum methodology. Okay, because here I can able to create the sprint. See here, this is also always coming as a sprint. Yes, see here, timeline active sprints. See active sprints. So I can able to create the sprint timeline, and then I can execute and I can close the sprint. Okay. So once we are completed with this one, even by the time only we are able to understand about the Scrum methodologies. See here, okay, what is a Scrum process, and as a test engineer, what we are going to understand from the Agile Scrum methodology, who is a Scrum Master, product owner, team, and then the different activities like what is a product backlog, what is the sprint planning, and what is the sprint backlog, how the sprint is getting started, what is the duration, and once the sprint is started, what are all the different day-to-day life which we are doing, like a daily stand-up meeting and sprint review meeting and sprint retrospective meeting. What are all these activities and what is the tester responsibility from the beginning to the end? So we are going to understand from the Agile framework, Agile Scrum framework, especially because Scrum is more related to the duration sprint. Okay. Even the Agile will have the iteration, but the sprint, the Agile Scrum framework will more insist on the duration with the timeline. Okay, is the sprint. Okay. So you are going to understand, and after that, even we will be also understanding about the different levels of testing and the different types of testing. Okay, like the component testing, what is called integration testing, what is the system testing. Okay, and then in the integration also different integration, like what is a top down approach, what is the bottom up approach, what is the mixed integration. Okay, and then even we have to have some of the quality standards and understanding on those areas. And then once we are completed with the manual, in this manual testing, even we do have the API testing with the Postman. And then we can also go with the database, a simple database like a PostgreSQL, some database we can install. And then we can create the table, and then we can work around the table just to map and understanding like how the UA testing and how we can do the database testing. I will just to give some sample examples of how to map and do the testing approach towards the database also. Okay. And once you are done with this one, and then even you have to understand about what is the BDD test approach, what is the behavior driven test approach with respect to the tool. Okay, so BDD test approach. So here it is a business driven, behavior driven development, which is more focused on the business examples. Okay, so here it is not more technical. So behavior driven development is more related to the scenario based on the functionality. Okay, so you don't know, some of the people in our project, they are non-technical people. Okay, then they don't want to bother about the technical side. It will give like the with more related to the specification by examples. Okay, so the initial is a discovery phase, formulation, and then the third stage is automation. But we are not going to the automation. We will understand what is a requirement and how you are doing the BDD test cases. Okay. So till that level we'll cover, because automation is not in our AI training syllabus. Okay. So then it will we will write like a given when, then this particular format. Okay. So initially this earlier test cases we are done whatever is the step-by-step method. Okay. So if you are going here, in this tool, here you are able to see the two different types of test cases to be written. One is like one is on the regular step by step, another one is on the BDD. See, this is written on the BDD. This case is written on the BDD. Example, see here, test script is written on the BDD, and then another one like a normal one is a regular step by step method. Even regular, we have another one called login or registration step by step method. Okay. So here, if you are going inside, this is called step-by-step method. Okay, this is called step-by-step method. Okay, so both are capable of doing through the Jira. Okay, so how your office environment, they insisting, and then the standard they are following. Even they are writing few on the step-by-step, few on the whatever. Mostly they will go with the regression test, which we are going to automate later. They will do it in the BDD test format, because it will be by default. We can able to understand and do it through the your script, automation script. But I'm not going too much in depth on the automation, but this is the framework. Already we have the BDD framework. Through that we will write the feature file and the step definition, then it will got understand, and then it will execute the automation test script. Yes, any doubt till now? And also we will understand about the how to do the application testing using the mobile devices, because nowadays the mobile usage is more than the same application. How I'm able to open through my mobile devices through the browser and the app, and how I'm performing my testing using the different mobile devices. Also, we can able to understand it through the manual approach. Any doubt till now, please? Any doubt till now? Any doubt? No. Okay. Yes. Right. So the next one is like our interesting part is on the AI testing. Okay. So what is called AI? Even here we will able to understand about the from the base on like. Okay, I'll close the unwanted things first. Just give me a moment. Okay. I'm sharing my screen again. So here. So here, first of all, we want to understand about actually what is called AI and why the AI is evolved. Okay, so AI is nothing but, as we know, it's an artificial intelligence. So normally we'll call our brain is the general intelligence, but here you are creating such a kind of the artificially the intelligence. So this is again as part of the branch of computer science that aims to create the machine capable of performing the task that typically requires the human intelligence. Then, see, normally we'll call it as a two type of system now at present in the market. Like we can call it as a conventional system is the current system available, and then the next layer of the system is called the AI based applications and the systems which requires the human intelligence to provide the solution accordingly. In this AI, we can call the initial layer like maybe the ML is one of the subset of machine learning algorithm, where The algorithm learns from the data to make the decisions or the predictions without the explicitly programmed. We don't want to explicitly programmed on the AI side. See, if you are going over there, and I will just show an example. Then NLP is one of the part, computer vision is one of the part, robotics, expert system. These are just as a subgroup from the AI, because I cannot say that only ML or something is as part of AI. AI means it's a generic terminology. Under that, these are all the different areas in AI. And even we have to understand like what is a narrow AI, general AI, and super AI. And then even like the AI system and the conventional system. And there are something like a predefined transfer learning, and then we have some other type to understand from the AI. So even the AI will have also the characteristics. Suppose if you are developing any AI, the AI development or the maintenance should go with abiding by the some of the process or the characteristics, which is nothing but it should be flexible and adaptability. The whatever the AI you are developed, it should be flexible and the adaptability, and it should be autonomy. By default, it should work accordingly. Then evaluation, it should grow forward further. Bias, there should not be any bias. Okay, the bias is like a deviation, or we are not considered some groups is the bias. And ethics, we should follow the ethics for the AI, and we should be also careful on any, there is no any side effects and reward hacking. Okay, side effects and reward hacking means it should not have any shortcut to do it, and then maybe hack it. Like it should follow the proper steady state, the stages to follow and make the success rate. It should not have any deviation from there. Okay, and also it should also have the transparency, interoperability, and the explainability in whatever you are created any of the AI based system. And also the one of the more core part is on the safety of the AI. So this one also we have to understand about this particular part, and then even by then, and then even you have to understand about the machine learning algorithm. Now, as per our project understanding, and then the testing part, we are just taking a sample application from the ML, and then we are going towards that project, and then we are understanding what is ML, what is the different types of ML, what is supervised and supervised reinforcement, and then what are all the different algorithm available in each of this area, and how we are training the model, how we are collecting the data, then how we are cleaning the data, how we are training the model, and how we are model testing is happened, and how you are taking the decisions. And in this one also, like what is the category of supervised and reinforcement learning. These are all we are understanding from this one. And in this, even if we are actually want to just install any of this kind of UI tool, sorry, like Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook, or VS Code, anything you can able to. And then I have some sample project. If you are doing the same sample project, then how this model is able to run. And then from the beginning, we need to understand, like, see here, from here you can able to aware like what are all the what are all the different libraries available in the Python, why we want this library, and how initially what is my data available. Okay, so here even I need to check where is my data, and then initially the data collection, even from this the ML workflow. Okay, so here we need to understand how the ML training is happening. Okay, so here later. See, this one you need to compare, collect the data and clean the data, train the model, test the model, and improve the model. These are all the core part. So here you have to also get the data, and then after you are after you are cleaned and made it clear for your training, then that particular data are inserted into the program. And then now I'm going towards, so we are reading the CSV file to the local data frame, and then I'm working now with the local data frame because before training. And even this is called a data visualization to understand that the data is having the clean quality and expected. And even any of these unwanted data, here it will get it populated, and then we will be corrected before we are doing the training. Otherwise, it's like you are spoiling the brain to give some of the dummy answers or the unwanted answers. Okay, so that's what here it is available. Okay, so data visualization is more important, and then to do the data cleaning. And then we are on this vast area we are covering for the data visualization. And after that, this is like encoding, because instead of yes no, I need it a 1 to 0 format for the training. So I'm encoding this data, and then we are using it for the model training. I will show you that one. Okay. So these are all in training. I will elaborately explain about this heat map and then the other correlations. Okay, and then now you are writing some functions, and here you are just giving the segregation. In my data, I'm splitting the data into X and Y. X is all the questions for the COVID. I'm segregated into X, and then Y, the COVID symptom prediction is segregated into Y, and then I'm just splitting the segregation along X and Y. Okay, and then I'm just mentioning the testing range percentage is 20% for the testing. Okay, this is just the initialization, and then I'm writing a function to do the calculation along with the sum of the formulas like measurement value, because I want to understand my model is working and how it is giving the output. Okay, this is what we are going to test. Okay, and then from this logistic regression is the algorithm we are using. Algorithm is initially the set of process or the sequences. Once it is got trained, and then it is ready to provide the output or the expected working condition, then it is becoming like a model. Okay, so then based on my whatever I created, I'm able to get the ROC value, mean square, or the different output performance metrics. And based on this, even I have to test whether my model is capable of implementing to the next stage. And this is nothing but how my model is performed, the valid data and invalid, meaning of this is right, correct, true, and this is false output. Because always I cannot say that the AI or ML will give always 100% accuracy. No, it will have some. What is the accuracy score here? See, this accuracy is 97%. Even the remaining 3%, it may give the wrong answers. Got it? Okay, so here I'm applied with the different algorithm, and then finally I'm able to understand the, see, this is something alert. Okay, so then I want to understand which algorithm I can able to implement. Okay, out of these many algorithm, I understood the k nearest is a very much meaningful and the valid algorithm, and then I implemented that particular thing in our prediction here, and then it is asking the questions like now the model is ready to provide the output predictions. So for this project is the COVID detection. So you are seeing some of the question answering the content. So based on that, the model will say whether the user is having the COVID symptom or not. Okay. So I'm seeing asthma, no, something yes and no, lung diseases, no, headache, yes, I will say. Based on some of these things, it will able to predict. Hypertension, no, fatigue, no, gastric disorder, abroad, yes, some things. Okay, it will able to say yes. Okay, then it will say this based on the answer, the model is predicted the COVID, the person may have COVID. Okay, if you are based on the questions, if the person is not having any COVID, it will say that no, the person is maybe not expected to have COVID. Okay, right? So this is the prediction. This is the prediction. Okay, so for that, even for this prediction or whatever, you are not written anything like 100 lines of code. Here it is like it's a simple model, and then you are doing the training with less number of lines of code. Okay, so even we will understand a lot more things like what are all the different areas, like what are all the test environments, and what are all the different test approaches needed for the AI based application testing. Okay, any doubt, any questions for me as of now? And even we have like a neural network and other topics also, which we will cover during our training. Any questions for me? And even you don't want to bother about, we are not going to write anything. Basically, we are going to use the developer program to execute, and then we need to do the testing on top of the application. Yes, any questions for me, please? Anything? Krishna, Sweta?
No, I'm fine.
No, yes, I'm having the other things to go over. Yes, okay. So till here I moved everything. Okay. Then I want to go ahead with some testing techniques are available. I told you I will cover it during the training, and then even if anyone interested for ISTQB support, we are there to help you for the theoretical part. Okay, and then job support also we are able to support, guide you. Okay, ISTQB this syllabus. Okay, but as I told you, you have to opt for the ISTQB registration and paying the separate fee for that ISTQB certifications. Okay, so job placement support, CV support, and real-time project interview support, technical task. These are all also assisted from our side. And after the 2 months of training, then we will go with the live project and then assessment, and then the placement assistant will be starting. And then we have like a free service and a premium service also. If you are opting for premium services, then there are a lot of facilities available, and which is nothing but the specifically we have the coordinator, and then they will guide you for the job assistance on what are all the places, and then how to apply, and then we will also take a copy of your CV, and then we will also share with our internal groups, the known companies and the consultancies, to getting the proper more opportunities on this. Yeah. So then we have the training on a weekend and the weekdays, and then even this is what you have to enroll. And already you both, I hope, the Sankar is coordinating with you, our Sankar. So he will be able to take care based on your interest and the next steps. Any questions for